Welcome to Super Mario World. I'm doing this little short Let's Play series just as a little bit of a technical experiment to test out some of the new hardware. But this is of course Super Nintendo game, the first Super Nintendo game, most likely the one it is the one everybody has always played, because Super Nintendo came packed with it. So this was released at the release date of Super Nintendo, and it was always in it. So it would of course be completely appropriate for Nintendo to put this into the game or into the box. But let's just start. Mario's only solo 16-bit. Well, let's just start this. Yeah, I did some testing just to get the recording, test the recording software and all the editing software I will be used to make this look a bit more professional. But that's the basic plot. It's the Dinosaur Land. Princess Toadstool, aka Peach, is missing, and Bowser is at it again. There was no plot, so this is where the game starts. Yosh his island, Yosh his house. So let's just get in, and you can see that the game already borrowed, or better say developed, from Super Mario Bros. 3 with these maps and specially visible stages, but it was much more fancier with diagonal lines and all that. So let's just go to the Yosh his house. And who might this mysterious Yosh he be? Well, he ain't home. Yeah. And if I remember right, Bowser is something like a big water container or something. And how is this a house? It's more like some canopy and a chimney and a fireplace with chimney. But there's choice for Yoshi's Island 1 and 2, so let's just go left. And this stage is not mandatory at all if you would play. And Banzai Bill over there just showed that, yep, Super Nintendo can have big sprites. Enemies can have more special ways of interaction by you can stomp them. Mario can slide. And because it's Dinosaur Land, most enemies are completely dinosaur. And this coin I just gathered, they are called dragon coins, but they would also be called Yoshi coins because that's Yoshi's face in it. And Mario's got a new move, the spin jump, which can break blocks down. And of course there would be pipes to go down, and they would lead to secrets. And diagonal pipe, which actually shoots Mario. Yep, and Mario, and also a new mechanic, item box, that Mario can stash as a power up, and it drops from there either from pressing select button, or if Mario gets hit, like this. But nothing really great about that. So, and also new maneuver, throwing things up. And of course there would be all that. And another new mechanic, spinny block. You can bump them, but they will not break unless you smash them from above with a spin jump. They will just spin, meaning they then become solid again, which is nice. And a new enemy, Charging Chuck, and the bonus line, which is completely new, something that you can just hit. Once you get 100, then you're gonna get the bonus stage. Nothing really, very basic, you could say, tutorial parts of the game so far. And here's something new, a Switch Palace. Nice festive music and a P-switch. So which can of course be grab, fills the room with coins that you can't get all of them. So let's just get inside and see what's going on around here. A big yellow switch with a nice triumphant music. And of course, it also says that this game has a save system. That's triumphant seeing those big blocks flying about. But that was actually a dead end from the massive scale of game progress, but it was rewarded with a Switch Palace. So, time to head to the Yoshi's Island 2. And Koopa Troopers show up again. With that big number, they actually show that, yep, there's quite lots of them this far. And the egg reveals the new friend and character to Mario game, the Dinosaur Yoshi, or Dragon Yoshi. Yoshi can ride. His presence gives this nice little musical beat. He's got this tongue attack he can use. Then he can eat Koopa Troopers, which have various effects. And then he can just spit them out with various effects. But he did eat the Koopa Trooper just fine. And he makes this funny noise when you eat stuff and puke it out. So Yoshi's just adorable little adorable little steed for Mario to use. Yeah, it makes him big, but Yoshi provides extra hit. Looks fun. Any other Yoshi you find gives you actually one-ups in this game. They give them out like candy. And of course Mario can dismount, and they have added some new details to Mario's sprite, like the back pockets. And Monty Moles. And if I remember right, they might have actually been completely new enemies. Yep, they are completely new enemies if I recall right. Well, they appear, and Yoshi actually lays eggs, meaning Yoshi must be either female or their species has ability to switch its gender in physical sense. Real strange, bizarre, horrifying creature. And one more bit of the bonus line. Yep, Miyamoto's team really played attention to how their music goes with that lovely little beep. And another little stage, but this time much more vertical, just to show off the new technical things Nintendo's new hardware could do. More verticality in stages. And not that kind of annoying little, you could say, bar at the edge of the screen when diagonal scrolling is doing. Nope, Super Nintendo was capable of completely real 360-degree scrolling, not illusionary such like regular NES was capable of doing, or could be faked that it could do, even though actually NES could only scroll horizontally or vertically. But there were, you could say, little tricks that could be used to manipulate that thing, or better say, create a different impression that there was a real 360-degree scrolling, even though there wasn't. But that little platforming was true, and 26 stars. Maybe I'm gonna reach 100 before I will get the, you could say, the final stage. Maybe not. Or it's possible, but there's this sinister looking tower with a big number 1 next to it. So, and here's another new kind of stage. The one with a big flowing water. So Mario's gotta basically avoid the big water. But despite being a quite massive jump forward when it's a matter of technical matters, Super Mario World did take some steps backwards in, you could say, the basic style, but especially in the sense that there's way less power-ups in this one than the Super Mario Bros. 3. Missing 4. And of course there would be a score counter which would be completely redundantly useless. But now it's a number 1, Iggy's Castle. And of course the fact that the game also starts you more generously with 5 lives instead of 3. But of course Iggy would have been much smarter if he would have just kept his castle shut. But there's this creepy, evil sounding music and chance to travel there. And funnily enough, when enemies are knocked into the lava, there's this little splashiness. And of course, I can understand why Koopa Troopa's eyes would be visible when they are climbing on the front side, or better say at the other side, because that's how they're facing. But their facing of their head does not change. So when they are at the same side, front side of the bars, they look real creepy. Lava does lovely splashes. Oh yeah, Mario can now, well, it's basically just a big climbing surface, which quite much isn't necessary. And no, the punch at the bar does not help. But Mario can, there's also these spinny boards, which, well, they are just visual trick. They don't have any practical function, but they do look nice. So let's just go to this side, and of course Mario can punch from this side as well. So, and of course Super Nintendo would have a quite impressive sound chip to its age, although this game doesn't really, well, as it is more or less the first Super Nintendo game ever made, developed most likely at the same time with the hardware, it's not surprising at all that it would not be as well implemented as later third-party games could make it use. But these big doors, of course, show that boss is here. Let's go. Face Iggy. So, it's the spinning board that Iggy very slowly stumbles about, can slide Mario off, but he can be stomped or shot so that he falls off to the edge. And nice little cutscene to show that Mario is actually a completely destructive monster. And with this, it's also time to end this episode right here. And I will be seeing you, well, once it's gonna jump out of this, break the castle, go over, and put it in the save screen. So, I'll see you next time. See ya!